Things off in the circle for Lonnie Alameda and Team 40. Been there, done that, seen a lot, used in high leverage situations of late. Now gets a chance to start from the Outland Conference. It was a tight game, Kalen, until the 5th inning when the Noles really just exploded offensively. Greg Hyde will call the balls and strikes. Jim Cooper is at first. Adrian Burns at third. We are under.
It's like you said, for quite a few years. So this is not the first time that Dion Riggs has faced Sandercock. They have definitely played against each other several. Newell, when we spoke to him, had said that he realized that Troy was last in stolen.
Lets it fly. It is foul. The top 10 team, and it's his back to right. And this is lifted to right. Pretty good contact, but into the glove of Amaya Ross. Turned on this one, and Mac Leonard bobbled it for a second, but recollected step for Janai Kerr in this tournament. 7 hits in this tournament, plus the midweek game against North Florida that did not technically count as being part of the Noles Unconquered Invitational. Now she moves.
A little bit about Janai Kerr and her routine at the plate. If you watch her, she does the exact same thing every single time she steps into the
in the order coming into today, and for obvious reasons has moved up into the 2 spot, grounds to short, and is put away. Turner and Thompson combining to retire Janai Kerr.
Right here, Leanna Johnson, I believe she's throwing a rise ball, and it just tends to leak a little bit.
She has a 1-1 count from Johnson. Now make it 2. That one's hit pretty well out to left field. There to make the play, though, is Dion. And mention that she and Anna are really close. Muffley decides to eat that to her pitchers and to her defense.
100%. It's exactly how.
Good start to the 2nd inning for Anna Shell.
He said that Anna Shelnut is exactly
her as a reference to share with her Troy players.
Audra Thompson bunts it back to Catherine Sandercock, and that's a nice job. And yes, the out was recorded at first. Look at Muffley coming home with it, and she is out! Ann's thrown out at the plate. A dive and a dart by the human highlight reel.
The human highlight reel is a good way.
On the ground to second. Flaherty bobbled it for a second and got it to first.
And I think she was safe.
Important to note, call on what we have. So the Trojans do strike first here in Tallahassee. That is gloved well by Leonard, who then on a Devin Flaherty error, and that's just the way things always seem to happen.
Honestly, it is. I mean, every time we start to tell a story, something happens.
That's sport for you, right? Here this weekend had thoughts of laying down. One of her 2 hits, I should say, in the first game was a triple. This one is fouled off and out of play.
Fielder is coming in on the ball so that you do avoid the collision and make the catch. It's easier for your outfield to come in and make that.
244 batting average, has driven in 5. Reaches for that one and fouls it away, 0-2. Flaherty turns on this one. Play to first is in time by Horn, and Troy consolidates their 1-run lead through 2.
The staff and the people who really became.
13 came in the postseason. That is 42% of the big blast in her career came when arguably it mattered most.
Yeah, she was postseason Anna for
you their ACC tournament championship.
Along with that, she had this ritual where the last few years.
I am sure that she will watch this back in the first and fouls off the 2-2.
Yeah, that is a big deal. But something that Coach Alameda said earlier was that when a player is hot, the confidence is infectious, and you want to ride.
Average nearly a run scored per game for Sinis, who's been as solid as they come for the Trojans, and goes the opposite way into left. Nice job in left by Mudge, getting it in. And grounds right back to Sandercock. 1 pitch, no problem for Sandercock.
and making the Florida State hitters swing at her pitches.
That one was hit a ton and nearly clipped Coach Newell.
But a little bit if you are wrong.
Fire Craig Hyde. And just Muffley, show and bunt. That'll bring the corners in. This one to Gatton. Gatton to first. That moves Edenfield into scoring position.
Great job by Muffley, getting the job done, getting that bunt down, moving the runner over for
A run against Lamar at a very ideal time. And she continues that into the gap in left center. Edenfield rounds third and scores.
right back up the middle. And it allows Michaela Edenfield to come around and score a run and tie it up for the Seminoles. Alameda.
Looks like we're not going to get to finish that story as that is caught in left by Riggs. The OBP. Not the numbers that she had last year, but again, all things being even, all things being early, has a chance. And Harding hit that ball a ton. That'll find the gap. Harding with extra bases turns for two. And what she did in that game and where she and doing some great work to start 2023. Amaya Ross. Another attempt, that one rolls foul. And down the lineup against Lamar.
Get that pitch to drive.
So far, so good for Ross. Another one spoiled. And that's inside. That is a heck of a plate appearance by Kellen. When I think of Devin, I think of just the word solid. Solid in the field, solid at the plate. Constantly producing for the Seminoles. First pitch swinging, this into left. And a quality.
It was her hit in the previous innings that scored that run.
Edenfield led off. Checks
Goes towards the pitcher.
on the ground. Gloved at first, and Thompson.
Great job by Thompson being heads up and making that play.
This one flared into shallow center and on the run. Making the play before it even got to the grass was Turner. Florida State loaded him up. Leanna Johnson left him there.
Pitchers have done a great job of keeping runs off the board. It's been a close game.
Endicott coming off of a 1-2-3 inning in the fourth. Her first time retiring the Trojans in order since the opening inning, and quickly 0-2. Sharply hit off to first, and Bethany Keene, who subs in for Mac Leonard, steps on the bag, one away.
It's a nice drop ball by Catherine Sandercock. You can see all off out of the zone. And
Let's dive in a little bit deeper to that. When you're facing on the ground, skipped away from Harding, and Riggs races past to McKinney. Golf that one into left field, and Kaylee Mudge secures it to retire the side.
yeah, you know, Hugs.
This one's hit pretty well into center, and this one fouled away.
Have to put anything over the plate, and it's completely different from when she was pitching against Janai being.
Harding smoked it, but lined it to second, and Horn from center fielder to center fielder, and Jade Sinnis. Sinnis, one of a number of veterans.
Exactly, and one of those core veterans that you're talking about. That
Out on a fielder's choice coming home. On the ground, slow roller to short. Muffley steps to the left and fires a dart to first. After her walk, she was pinch run for by Ayana Hughes, and Hughes that one's hit pretty hard out to right center, but there to make the play is Kaylee Harding. Swung on that one with Mac Leonard and earning her fair share of starts, but
I can only imagine the amount of experience and knowledge that she is able to give to the younger players on the team.
genes in her family, but Florida State-based genes in her family.
Barely tipping off of her glove. She was so close to making, like you said, what would have been an amazing play. Actually, I think it goes in her glove, yeah, and then just kind of pops out as she hits.
Anna Shelnut makes her return to Tallahassee tonight. This one launched off the bat of Flaherty out to right, and that is a nice job reach. And despite an unearned run, has looked terrific all throughout the night. Autumn Belvi checking in to right field for Florida State. Christina. And away we go.
Is
A very good hitter as well. That is a gapper. She has a .423 batting average on the year, and immediately.
I was gonna say that Libby Baker compliments Leanna Johnson in the circle, but looks like she's also gonna make a big impact for the rest of the team. Like you said as well, you can see just the energy and how exactly, and I'm sure you know she's telling her hitters what to expect, how to try and get people kind of as off balance as possible. And so you see that Troy took their time talking to their players, come back, get ready to go, and then Lonnie Alameda's like, wait a minute, I'm going to go talk to my players and make you wait now. Oh, for sure, they are a very talented team. And
Gatan.
goes up in the zone with that rise ball after
Her role, and we mentioned it earlier, that she has come in high leverage situations, when situations get sticky, when things get hairy, and there's a lot of pressure in.
can make it out of this tough situation.
Popped up, right back to Sandercock, 2 down. She's got her, and the Noles are unconquered in the Unconquered Invitational.
What a phenomenal pitching performance from the super senior Catherine Sandercock. She did absolutely amazing. And in that situation that we talked